Garcia. Today I will be discussing women in the music industry. I will be talking about the challenges, struggles, and inequalities that they face and experience throughout history. I will go into the historical context, the record label relationship, and I will also talk about the hypersexualization of women in the music industry. Throughout history, women have not had any access to musical resources, education, publishing, and any presence throughout the history. However, two women have stood out through time and history, and one of them being Heinrich von Bilgen and the other one being Isabella Leonarda. Both of these women have both been able to conquer and establish mass success throughout their times because they were able to perform in covenants, being that they had the resources. These covenants are places where women allowed access. They had the resources, publishing. They had much that other women that were into music that did not have in the history of times. We can now see through the record label relationships how these are affected in a workforce place environments. We see the history, how it is established, and the workforce place where the record labels come into play has been hostile and oppressive towards women. A record label has an artist sign a 360 deal, which means that they are in complete control of this artist. They are in complete control of their publishing, their release dates, their image, and anything that it is associated with their music. We have seen many times again that this can be a hostile work environment. For example, Casi Ventura versus P. Diddy, where she had filed a court document in alleged of Mr. P. Diddy. Casi Ventura had signed to Bad Boy Records, which was owned by Sean P. Diddy Combs, and she signed to them in 2017. And then she filed this case document in 2023. During the time lapse of this place and workforce experience, she states that she was sexually harassed, sexually assaulted, she was raped, she was physically abused, she was beaten, she was withheld from her wages that were rightfully hers. She experienced a very hostile and toxic work environment. This legal court document does state that this was a crime motivated by gender, meaning that because she was a woman, these crimes were expected to happen to her, and which is completely unfair and unjust in a work environment. We also can see how a boss can overtake their power and oppress an employee, because at the end of the day, Cassie was Sean P. Diddy Combs' employee under his record label. We also see the hypersexualization of women in the music industry through their lyrical content, which is often very degrading, oppressive, and objectifying towards women. For example, Cardi B's song WAP, that stands for Wet Ass Pussy, is a song that is very objectifying towards women, that they are only a pleasures to be performed on men, are sexually. Their vagina area is wet during intercourse, stating that the value of a woman is based on their wetness, which is completely hypersexualization of a woman, objectifying her as a sexual object, which is just completely disgusting, if I may say. Another song in particular, Lollipop by Lil Wayne featuring Static Major, is a song that states that a woman is going to orally please a man like a lollipop, as if a woman's only duty was to complete pleasure, sexual pleasure to a man, to feed their ego, to feed their image. Is just objectifying and very hostile, especially in the work environment where these structures are set to oppress a woman. We also see it in their physical attire when they perform. They put on very revealing outfits where their booty and buttocks and everything is showing, and they twerk. Another example of hypersexualization in women in the music industry is video vixens. Video vixens are beautiful women who are at the center of music videos surrounding men as well. Feeding their ego and all during the music video. And these women, particularly Melissa Ford, states that it was expected to have something happen to you in a music set, which is just completely horrifying to know you're going into work and something is going to happen to you, which is completely sad, if I may say, and unequal and injustice, especially in a workforce where both female and male contribute equally to the musical success. As we can see throughout time, women have been oppressed and have not had the lack of resources and everything that they needed. We see that the record labels oppress relationships and women because of their gender, and we see it in the hypersexualization through video vixens, through lyrical content, and through their physical attire. And it's just very sad that women have to experience this unjust, unequal workforce. Thank you so much.